Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys on a nice-looking Friday. We have very few clouds in the sky. We do have nice warmer temperatures coming our way, about 78 to 80 degrees as we progress through the weekend, and little mention of rain for the next couple of days, so that is good. The traffic looking okay up and down US 1. We'll keep an eye on that. As we say good morning to Commissioner Jim Scholl, former mayor of the county, as well as former city manager, City of Key West. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Michael. Very good.
Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. Of course, as always, thank you for your service to our country. And that was front and center as you hosted the Florida Defense Commission members with a dinner and then a meeting just this past week. And I want to thank you so very much for that invitation. Or maybe it was Sue's fault, but nonetheless, thanks for the invitation to join such an esteemed group of leaders who came to Key West to meet as the Florida Defense Support Commission. Let's talk about the mission of the commission, sir, if we could, please.
Yeah, so the Florida Defense Support Commission was established almost 20 years ago, but what we do, there are 12 appointed members, of which I happen to be one, but 4 from the governor, 4 from the House, and 4 from the Senate. And our job is to, and we're all appointed from all around the state, but in areas where there are military bases. So our job is to help the communities outside the fence line of the base to do things that will improve the quality of life or the mission readiness, for the military. And we do that through lobbying our legislature up there in Tallahassee. And then we also have control over several $1 million of grant funds that are provided by the state to do things, again, to help the communities where the military installations are. That's our job.
Oh, very good. We did have a meeting as of the 19th of March, some updates from various commission members, and we also did hear from commander of NAS Key West with an update there. Captain Colin Thompson spoke also.
Yes, and typically, we do it once a quarter. We have an in-person meeting. So obviously this one was down here, and Naval Air Station Key West was the secondary host. I have hiccups this morning, so I apologize.
No problem.
And this was, I've been on the commission for 3 years, and this was the longest session we've had as far as the time span. So most of the commission members arrived Tuesday. Admiral Jeff Randall had a reception at his house that evening that was very nice. So just a social get together with members of the community. Then on Wednesday, we went to Jayada South and got the entire command briefing there. Then we went to Sigsbee Charter School. We to talk to the staff there and look at that school, which obviously is on the military installation down here. And then we had the dinner Wednesday night, which you attended, and that was a very nice event at the Little White House. And fortunately, Mother Nature cooperated. We were really worried about getting that rained out, but
you were quite accurate. Quite accurate with the timing there. Yes, sir.
Yes. I know. Thanks to John Rizzo over at the NOAA weather station.
Yes.
I called him at 3:00 in the afternoon and said, John, I need to know what the weather forecast is going to be for this evening. And he said, if you're done by 7, you'll be okay. So that worked out quite well.
Yes.
And then yesterday was the formal meeting out at the DoubleTree here in Key West, where we got, as you already mentioned, Captain Thompson gave a very good brief on Naval Air Station Key West, but we had other briefings on our responsibilities for grant funds and other things, and of course the ever necessary update on sunshine law rules, which we have to abide by, which I've been doing for years down here at the city and the county. But those things are important to make sure that none of us do anything that would not be appropriate with regard to the sunshine law in the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm. Commissioner Jim Scholl with us, Commissioner for Monroe County, former city manager, former NAS Key West commanding officer as well. And so you were appointed by the governor to the Florida Defense Support Commission. Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, I'm one of the governor's appointees. Yes.
Wow. Quite an honor.
I said, well, yeah, 4 of us from the governor, 4 of us from the House of Representatives, and 4 of us from the Senate. So and I joke about it sometimes because I say I finally got appointed to something I'm qualified for. So no, but it's a very great group of individuals representing the entire state, and we all absolutely understand that common purpose of how do we support our military here in the state of Florida.
And as a quick aside, you're also qualified to talk about snakes. We had a discussion about snakes at a previous dinner, and you're qualified having a bachelor's degree in zoology. So there are other things you're qualified for. Don't underestimate yourself, sir. But also, I'm just curious, and I did see the agenda. I was regretting that I couldn't actually attend and see the support commission meeting in person. I was actually on the air here as it started, but nonetheless, was there any discussion even outside of the meeting as far as any particular, let's say, accelerated or increased need for support of our military, seeing as now there's a big deployment going on, or there may be further activity in Central America, coming from our bases here in our community, et cetera? Was there anything out of the ordinary given the current circumstance of the military and its readiness and deployment?
Well, yes. We had a brief discussion on being able to accept in the state of Florida, not necessarily Key West, but deployed families. For example, Bahrain. We have a U.S. naval installation in Bahrain over there in the Persian Gulf. Well, they're sending all the families back to the States because of the ongoing conflict. So various communities that have military installations, whether it's where they may have been previously or not, but for the families to be able to have places to come back and live for the duration of the conflict over there in the Middle East right now. So that was a discussion. And of course, a lot of the deployed forces were stationed in Florida at one time, or maybe now for the Navy folks that are in Jacksonville and that are all deployed. So, but their families, if they were over there primarily in Bahrain, then they're going to be coming back to the States.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, again, it points to the need for ongoing support for our military, hence the Florida Defense Support Commission having their recent meeting here in Key West. Commissioner Jim Scholl with us, District 3, and we can also talk about county business. That continues, but it's also being affected pretty significantly by business or even inactivity on the state level. A budget, about $1.3 billion difference between the House and the Senate. I believe I'm somewhat accurate on that number. Tax relief, property tax reduction, which could have significant impact on our county and cost us maybe $30 million is one number I had heard. And then redistricting as well. 3 big bullet points there that the legislature is going to have to come back and consider. Already a special session for redistricting has been scheduled, but there'll be an overtime on the other 2 items as well.
Yes. So they officially ended the legislative session last Friday, a week ago, but those three issues were incomplete. And the biggest one is the budget. As you mentioned, $1.3 billion difference between the Florida House and the Florida Senate. So they will have a special session starting, I believe, the week after Easter, and the session will be impaneled probably for as long as that piece takes, because our fiscal year for the state of Florida starts on 1 July. So they have until June to finalize a budget. And once they do that, there is a 72-hour cooling off period, they call it, for the budget before it actually gets submitted to the governor. And of course, in Florida, our governor has line item veto capability. So it will be an interesting process, although last year they were further apart and they had to go back for a special session just for the budget. But the other thing that's been looming all year is the property tax reform that has been proposed. And the House came up with 7 different proposals that got vetted, and they were down to about 3. But the Senate has never even taken that up yet. So whether there's going to be true property tax reform is yet to be seen. But there are 3 proposals that still exist, but the 3 of them all deal with homestead exemption increases and some tax relief for senior citizens are the 2 subject areas that look like may actually go forward and end up on the ballot in November for the voters to decide if they want to officially approve some changes to our property taxes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, still a lot of activity happening in Tallahassee, and they will reconvene to try to address all of those issues. But a budget has to be passed. That is mandated. Yes. Absolutely. So that will be addressed at some point, and then we'll see what type of effect it has on our county as well. And I know that there's a lot of trying to decipher what Senate Bill 1134 may mean for communities, the one banning local governments from funding, promoting, and implementing diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives could affect some of our events and other type funding even that happens here in our county. So and statewide as well. So trying to decipher what that means in terms of local rule or lack thereof or whatever. So it's been another interesting session. And as we always say, we never really know what's going to happen or what the effect of those actions will be until the very end. So we have yet to know. Yes.
And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Representative Jim Mooney and State Senator Ana Maria Rodriguez. They both have been great champions for the issues that are important to the Florida Keys and our Florida Keys Florida Forever funds and the Florida Keys Stewardship Act funds. They were authorized the stewardship funds for another 10 years, but of course the appropriations are there this year, $20 million for the environmental things that we do down here, and then another $5 million for land acquisition. We buy a lot of properties that are undeveloped and prevent them from being developed with the funds that we get from the state, just in order to help preserve the environment and again help protect the areas where we would prefer that development doesn't happen. So both those funds are amazing, but especially the Stewardship Act funds, we do canal restoration, all sorts of environmental things, again to try to preserve this wonderful environment that we have down here in the Florida Keys.
You are correct. Jim Scholl, he's Commissioner District 3 as well as many other accolades to his name. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. And yes, I've heard universally praise for Jim Mooney and Senator Ana Marita Rodriguez for their perseverance in promoting and protecting our way of life and our priorities here in the Florida Keys. We thank them for that. And Commissioner Holly Merrill Rashine for originally championing the Stewardship Act funds, et cetera, that we rely on and benefit from to this day. Speaking of perseverance, sir, you have persevered through this discussion with a pretty significant case of the hiccups. I admire your perseverance there, and you've been most tolerant and generous with your time. Is there anything else we should mention, sir, at this time?
Well, not that I could think of right offhand, but I appreciate the time, Michael.
Yes.
Every month to be able to have the discussion, and the most important thing is the sun is out and it's warmed up a little bit. I was blaming all the gentlemen from Tallahassee that came down here for the Defense Support Commission meeting for bringing the bad weather, but we're getting back to Florida Keys the way it should be. So yeah.
Yes, I was blaming St. Patrick's Day for having Dublin-ish weather, cloudy and cool as well. But that too has passed, and yes, we can all enjoy one of the main reasons we're here living in the Florida Keys. And again, thank you, sir, once again for all of your service to our community and to our country. I am very humbled by you and your accomplishments and your dedication, and thank you for that. One final note, by the way, I had a sister-in-law who was inflicted with pretty severe hiccups, and a hospital person, I guess a nurse maybe, had recommended pineapple juice, and it worked every time for her. So maybe that could be helpful in your case as well.
Well, let me head to Publix right now then.
Yeah, or just stop down on Duval Street for one of those pineapple, those mobile pineapple drink things. That might do the trick. But nonetheless, pineapple juice, give it a try. Thank you, sir, for being here. Thanks for all that you do. We will see you soon then.
Thanks, Michael. Take care.
Take care indeed. Jim Scholl, District 3 Commissioner, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys, and of course, former commanding officer, NAS, Key West, served our country for years in the military, proud veteran, and the list goes on and on. Thank you, Jim, for all that you do. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. We'll be back in a moment.
Join the College of the Florida Keys in celebrating our milestone year at CFK's 60th Anniversary Gala. Party with a Purpose on Friday, March 27th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Fort East Martello. Proceeds benefit student scholarships plus academic and workforce programs. Enjoy an evening of dining, cocktails, live music, and dancing while supporting student success. Special thanks to Essential Net Solutions and First Horizon Bank. Visit cfk.edu/60 for info and tickets.
This is the Community Connection Spotlight, highlighting service organizations and initiatives in our community. Brought to you by Blue Marlin Jewelry in Islamorada and Key West. Bonefish and Tarpon Trust will host its 13th annual Florida Keys Dinner and Circle of Honor inductions Thursday, April 16th at the Chica Lodge and Spa in Islamorada. One of BTT's signature events, the evening brings together fishing guides, BTT partners, and the angling community to celebrate our conservation leaders and support BTT's efforts to restore the Florida Keys' iconic flats fishery. For tickets, visit btt.org/events. This year, BTT will honor two outstanding leaders in our community. Longtime South Florida fishing guide Captain Carl Ball and the late Captain Jose Wahebe, who will be enshrined in the BTT Circle of Honor in recognition of their lasting impact on conservation and fisheries. This Community Connection Spotlight is brought to you by Blue Marlin Jewelry, saluting those organizations and individuals who serve our communities. Blue Marlin Jewelry, 81549 Old Highway, Islamorada, and now at 718 Caroline Street, Key West. Online at bluemarlinjewelry.com.
The choice of a doctor is a personal one. The choice of your gynecologist is even more personal. Dr. George Peterson has been honored to provide trusted gynecological care for generations of women in the Florida Keys for more than 30 years. While he has retired from obstetrics, Dr. Peterson is continuing with gynecological services for existing and new patients. Dr. Peterson guides them through medical care that can be complex and confusing at times, whether it's related to conception, sexual health and wellness, infertility, or menopause. And he continues to be a trusted caregiver for circumcisions. Dr. Peterson has been alongside his patients for 3 decades to ensure that they receive needed screenings for breast, cervical, and ovarian cancer. And the practice has expanded to provide a wide range of medical aesthetic treatments. Keys Med Spa, 5450 McDonald Avenue, Stock Island. Phone number 305-293-9555. And online at keysmedspa.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. George Peterson. I'll be honored to help you with your medical needs as I have done for the last 30 years.
This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. No major incidents to report up and down US 1. Everything moving pretty normally. But we get back to school after spring break starting next week. So congestion will be back. Be careful of those school buses out and about on a regular basis starting Monday again. School zones in effect as well. Beautiful weather, though. Looking at 78 degrees for your high tomorrow. 80 on Sunday with little chance of rain both days. So it should be very, very nice. And Latin Festival kicks off this weekend as well at Bayview Park. So hope to see you out there. We now say good morning to our friend Michael Kraus. He is president and founder of Sales Sense Payments of the Florida Keys. Good morning, sir. How are you? Wait a minute. Let's make sure we've got this connected. Hold on just a second. We're going to try one more time. Michael, you with me now?
Yes, sir.
There
yes,
you
sir.
Go. Excellent.
Good morning. Good morning.
And good morning to you. Beautiful day. And let's talk about Sales Sense Payments. First off, you are very involved with a lot of festivals around the county, as well as, of course, many retail and restaurant establishments and the like. But you were very busy as of late with a few different festivals in our community.
Yes, absolutely. And one of them actually is coming up that you just mentioned, the Latin Festival.
I thought so.
And we're going to be there the whole weekend, and it's going to be really awesome. So if anyone's around, just stop by the booth. We'll have giveaways, and it should be an awesome festival. I'm very excited to do that as well. But yes, And we also did the Key West Seafood Fest, the Marathon Seafood Fest. We're doing one up in Miami, and we just love being out and about in the community.
Well, if you can coordinate that many terminals simultaneously at all of these big festivals, you certainly can take care of merchants ongoing, and you have vast experience with that. Payment processing made simple, but processing technology continues to change ongoing, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It's unbelievable. Actually, my birthday was just recent, and Christina got me an Apple Watch, and my credit card is on my watch now, and that is just amazing. The technology that we're going to the next level, and that's one thing. The merchants out there, small business owners, if you're not taking near field communication or tap and go technology, it's also called. That's one thing that we can upgrade your system for free with our technology, is just to make things easier, especially the younger generation. They have their cards on their phone or their watch, and it's really the next generation. And sometimes I'm at an older establishment and they don't have the new technology. We're able to give that to them. As long as they sign up, we give you the equipment for free and no agreements, no setup fee. We train you. We're local. It's really the best of all worlds.
Yeah, and it starts with a free consultation as well. You can determine what kind of savings you can provide for the merchant just by, meeting with them and looking at a little bit of data.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up, because we do start with a statement analysis, and I just cracked my own personal record the other day, and they were doing some large volume, but what a lot of companies are doing recently is if they've bought your portfolio, as we all know, banks buy banks and they keep consuming each other. Same with credit card processing. We're really down to a table of 5 people that really do credit card processing. We just kind of spin it a different way or put our brand on it. But I looked at a statement the other day, and I'm still in awe about it. We're saving over $141,000 in fees per year.
Oh my gosh!
And my previous record was $55,000.
Wow!
And it's unbelievable. So if you're not looking at these credit card statements, it's really something that you should be doing, because every 6 months our fees do go up through interchange. So in April and October, without fail, I've been in this over 25 years, they go up. So if you're not taking a look at your statement, it's really something that you can do. And it's real simple. We don't make things complicated at SalesSense. You take a photo, you can text it to me, 305-723-1234. And I do an analysis usually by the end of the day, and I send it back to you, and you can see the savings. And either way, you know you got a good rate, or we can do better.
Well,
that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, over 25 years of card processing experience. That experience gives you the ability to recognize where the savings are and what the best technology is for each individual client. And the personal service, though, that is something that technology cannot replace. You are available, you are committed and involved here in the Keys, and you're there to hold their hand, so to speak, through the entire process and beyond. And that kind of special service and attention, it's a rarity anymore, that's for sure. It seems like everything is AI and automated, but SalesSense Payments has you as an actual individual standing behind everything that you do. Christina there as well.
Yes, absolutely. And that's one of the things, you know, when you're out and about, of course, we see the Square, we see the Toast, we see all these other competitors out there. But if you're looking for a handheld relationship, that's really what makes myself and my team unique, is that we give you our cell phone. I just did 305-723-1234. And we make it easy for you. But, you know, I ask you, has Square ever came by and bought at your restaurant or bought at your retail store? Have you ever seen a Square person? And the answer is no. In fact, they just laid off half of their sales force or their internal staff, and they've gone all AI. So that is really the difference. You don't get an AI or a robot. You get myself on the phone, just like you, Mike. We build relationships in the Florida Keys, and that's what we're proud of. And we're part of the community, and we give back a lot, and that's for sure. So
no doubt about it. You even have your own baseball team.
Yes, and we have I got my new jerseys for them that last week for the SalesSense baseball team, 14 and up. And if you've never been to a baseball game, go to that field on Roosevelt. It's unbelievable. And then also have a bocce team. You can show up every Monday at 6:30 and learn how to play bocce. We're not that good. So be spared.
Oh, there you go. That's a benefit.
Yeah. So we just have fun. Some of these guys are really serious guys and gals. You know, they've been together 20 years, and it's very competitive on the bocce court, but we are not at that level. So we're out there just having fun. So that's what's more important to us. So.
That is right. Michael Kraus with us. He's with SalesSense Payments. Founder, owner, president of SalesSense Payments, online, salessensepayments.com. You are absolutely committed to the Florida Keys, whether it's bocce teams or baseball teams or at all the festivals, or serving each and every week and serving above self with the Rotary Club of Key West. And you stepped up and decided to make the commitment to continue the tradition of the casino night, a big fundraiser that is absolutely imperative for the Rotary Club and its initiatives. And that is going to be coming up, Roaring 20s Casino Night, Saturday, May 16th at the Beachside Resort. We're getting excited for this.
I'm excited because it's something that I got good vision on, and we are just really pumped about this 1920s speakeasy. And, you know, get your tickets now. It's at KW RotaryCasinoNight.org. And you can also go to just Google Rotary Night, or excuse me, Casino, and it'll come right up. And
Yes.
we're really excited about this. And we're shooting for everyone to be dressed up. We'll have costumes on standby. We have a 360 photo booth. We have tastings, alcohol and non-alcohol. We have a whole casino floor set up. And it's really going to be rip-roaring. And some great auction items that we have is Mayor Didi for the day. I just got the chief, the fire department chief. We're doing stone crab fishing for the day, vacation packages. So we're really dialing this up to make it the Key West event of the year. And it's going to be spectacular. So we encourage you to get your tickets now.
Yeah, and all proceeds do benefit the Rotary Club of Key West scholarships. Tens of thousands of dollars of scholarships are provided to those deserving students in our community, and the casino night makes that possible. It is proudly sponsored by Hank's Hair of the Dog Saloon, if I'm reading that correctly. You've got tequila tastings. You've got, as you said, the 360 photo experience. There will be chips, of course, provided. But again, it's all for a great cause. And the Speakeasy 20s theme is just going to be a lot of fun.
It is. And we got also a 3-piece band. So we'll have live music the whole time. And it's going to be like the Great Gatsby. We're turning that room into, we have spent some good resources on decoration and making it unique and warm and kind of that speakeasy feel. So I'm really excited to deliver that. And you brought this up, Mike, but every dollar that we raise doesn't go anywhere else. It goes right back to the community. And the Rotary Club, it's over 110 years old, and we really have given a lot back to the community. And Hank stepped up to the plate to be our title sponsorship, and I can't thank them enough. They do a lot of good in our community, and I just want to recognize them for stepping up to be our title sponsorship. We do have sponsorships available. That's all on that website, KWRotaryCasinoNight.org. You can check that out, and it's not late, and we're going to do a lot of value when you sponsor the event. That's for sure. So
yeah, absolutely. Casino night coming up. It is May 16th. Beachside Resort, 6:30 is when it starts. You can get your tickets, find out more about sponsorships. Go to the website. It is KWRotaryCasinoNight.org. Roaring 20s, speak easy. It's all for the children with the Rotary Club of Key West benefiting local scholarships. Again, Michael Kraus, he is founder, owner, president of Sales Sense Payments in the Florida Keys, and also the chairperson for the casino night happening with the Key West Rotary Club. So, Mike, I know you've got some things to get to this morning, but again, we want to encourage people to get to know you better by going to salessensepayments.com or calling you directly, 305-723-1234. Find out just how much you can save and how you can benefit with simple, honest value with Sales Sense Payments. Anything we missed talking about this morning, Michael?
No, I love talking with you, buddy.
Thank
I really
you.
do. And it's always a good time to chat, and we love the Key West community and the Florida Keys. So if there's anything we can do, I'm just a phone call away. Thank you so much.
You have proven that time and time again. And our best to you and Christina. We will see you very soon.
Thank you, Mike. Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
It is Mike Kraus, Sales Sense Payments. Again, salessensepayments.com. And the Rotary Club of Key West with the casino night, KWRotaryCasinoNight.org. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. We'll be back in a moment.
Good morning, dear. Breakfast almost ready?
In a minute. So did you happen to call someone about spalling repair for the house?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Honey, you know how important spalling repair is, especially here in the Keys. If that spalling damage gets any worse...
Don't worry. I'll call Design Center in Marathon.
When?
Today.
How about now?
Okay, dear. Now.
Design Center, the most efficient spalling contractor in the Keys, providing the fastest results. With over 40 years combined experience in spalling repair and a member of the International Concrete Repair Institute, Design Center can handle the largest jobs to small structures. They also handle quite a number of condominium and county projects. Mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair. Visit DesignCenterFL.com or call 305-735-4042. Design Center, 6677 Overseas Highway Marathon. License number CGC 1523838. Remember, mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair from Design Center.
In the Florida Keys, there's a name people trust for pool construction and remodels. Islamorada Pools. For years, residential and commercial property owners from Key Largo to Key West have trusted their team to design, build, remodel, and repair some of the most beautiful pools in the islands. Building a brand new backyard retreat? Transforming an aging commercial pool? They bring craftsmanship experience and attention to every detail. They're local, they live here year-round, and they know what it takes to build and renovate pools that stand up to the Keys climate while delivering true luxury and long-term durability. From new construction and remodels to repairs, equipment upgrades, and decorative concrete, every detail matters. Your pool should reflect the quality of your property. Isla Mirada Pools makes that happen. Call 305-852-3133. Visit their showroom at 86701 Overseas Highway, Suite 103 in Isla Mirada, or online at ilamirada.pools.com. Isla Mirada Pools, trusted, local, and built for the Keys.
Tree limb striking power lines is a top cause of power outages in the Florida Keys. While Keys has a robust tree trimming program to keep outages to a minimum, with your help, our efforts can go further. If you're planting a new tree, consider how tall a mature tree will be and choose a location where it won't interfere with power lines. Keep your trees trimmed at least 10 feet from all power lines. And if your tree is already growing near power lines, do not attempt to trim it yourself. Instead, submit a request at keysenergy.com and we will trim it for you free of charge. At Keys Energy, we're working to keep us all safe and the lights on.
The voice of Monroe County, yours. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And Good Morning Keys, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. It is 8:47, beautiful looking morning here. We're going to have a very nice weekend. As mentioned, Latin Festival happening, Bayview Park, Saturday and Sunday. Going to be plenty of music available there. We hope that you'll join our sister station, Party 105.7, all day Saturday as we broadcast live from there. Well, speaking of music, Scott, we always have to do some kind of a segue, even if it's a weak one. But we want to say good morning to Scott Atwell, our friend here, who is actually retired now from public information sector, but not shying away from the entertainment sector. Good morning to you, Scott. How are you?
A very pleasant good morning, and glad to see there's a lot of fun stuff going on in the Florida Keys this weekend.
There certainly is. Well, let's talk about some fun stuff, by the way. First off, we do need to promote a little self-serving, but Keys Living TV is Digital Channel 27. Our company launched that a while ago. It is available over the air on Channel 27 locally, so you can pick it up just with a standard outside style antenna, which is kind of going back old school for you and I when we used to, pick up over the air television only. But it's also available with local programming on Roku streaming service and on phone apps at your favorite app store. Free download, Keys Living TV. This program airs daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. as well. And one of the staples of the program, thanks to you, has been Conked Out, which is a collection of Buffett backstories. Now, you have become quite the authority on Jimmy Buffett, his life relative to Key West in particular. And let's talk about that. You had a radio show, you've had books, now you have videos and a TV show. That's kind of, I believe, where the TV venture started for you personally. Well, take that back, sports broadcasting and life. So there's a lot there. But the Buffett Works, was that the start of your own production in television?
Well, it was just a natural progression, right? Anything that you produce these days, you have to have the social media aspects to it, right? So I started the Buffett Backstories Facebook page when I started writing the book, and producing these little shorts, right, about Jimmy Buffett's Key West show, if there was, a place to run it, and there was. So Keys Living TV has been running the 30-minute version, and it was a lot of fun to put it together. But yes, the book started 5 years ago. In fact, I'm going to be down in Key West on Tuesday, speaking at Key West Library on Fleming, doing a reading from Buffett Backstories. So anyone who's available for that, 10 a.m., it's free right there at the library, on the side of the library, in their little I guess it's their little park they have next to it.
Yeah. And of course, you did the presentation during Just a Few Friends as you rolled out your book there. That was fascinating. Talk about that work and what the talk was about.
Well, what happened was a year ago, I got an email from the son of the subject of the song A Pirate Looks at 40, which, of course, is Jimmy's most beloved song. as proven by parrot heads who voted for that song on Radio Margaritaville on Sirius. 170,000 people participated in a poll of Jimmy's favorite songs, and A Pirate Looks at 40 came in at number 1. And I get this email out of the blue from a guy who had received my book as a Christmas gift. And he said, we need to talk. And boy, did we ever. He had only known about his father and his relationship to his father for about 10 years. And he's my age because it just wasn't talked about. But come to find out, there was a lot he needed to learn. And he sent me on an investigative trail that led me to becoming the biographer of Phillips Clark, the guy who was the subject of Jimmy Buffett's A Pirate Looks at 40. And I was able to add an entire 9,000 word chapter to the book. So that was a fascinating blessing that I got to participate in and found out that I really like sleuthing. So
yeah, well, this is all kind of a natural extension of your journalism background then, it appears.
I guess it is. When I was a sports guy, we didn't have to sleuth too much. It was pretty easy. But I guess you develop the skills, of trying to figure things out. And it served me well in this purpose. And it was just a lot of fun. I never got into this because I wanted to make money. I got into it because it was just fun, and I wanted to leave something for the historic record. When I was working on the radio show, what I realized was that because Jimmy Buffett's songs are autobiographical, they all have stories behind them. And as a presenter of Jimmy's music on the radio, you're virtually compelled to explain what the song's about. And as I was researching the songs and interviewing people about the songs, I realized it could turn into a book. And if I was interested in it, I'm sure other people would be interested in it. And so I wanted to create something for the historical record that 50 years from now, if someone wanted to know, what X song was about, they could, there's a source to go find out. And that's, I think, what we've done. That'll be the legacy of Buffett Backstories.
Yeah, it certainly will. Scott Atwell with us, former sports broadcaster, former public information officer, journalist, and continuing with his works in the media. Again, we would encourage all to go to Keys Living TV to see Conked Out. A lot of work went into that. Fascinating stories behind Jimmy Buffett's time in Key West, but also time before and after his years here in Key West. And of course, it continued to be a big part of his life ongoing. So you also now are a music writer, music producer as well. So talk about how did this come about, and it's continuing in your vein of preserving and honoring history here in the Keys.
Yeah, well, so it's kind of ironic, I guess, because when it comes to the music side of music, I don't know a C note from $100 bill. But as a writer, right, I had a knack for writing lyrics. But I had nothing to do with it until AI came around. And now you've got these engines that'll take your lyrics. You tell it what kind of personality, what kind of song is it? Is it a ballad? Is it rock? Is it country? Is it jazz? And all these other different elements characteristics you could give to the song, and then it spits it out. And it doesn't come out immediately. It takes 10, 20, 30 tries at it till you really get the song that you heard in your mind when you were writing the lyrics. But I had all these stories that I wanted to tell about Key West, about the Key West I grew up in the 60s and the 70s. And I'm able to turn it now into song. And that's what I did. And I guess the title cut is a song called Piece of the Rock. And that was probably the first song that I wrote. And it has to do with sort of my life. I left Key West after college, 35 years, and always thought I wanted to come back. I need to come back. And so that's what the song's about, a prodigal son wanting to come back to the Rock, which is what we called Key West back in the day. And then you had the old Prudential insurance commercial, get a piece of the rock. And next thing you know, I've got a song called Piece of the Rock.
Yeah, and you are doing a full music video of that will be featured on Keys Living TV, and you'll be able to see it on social media, I'm sure. I'm going to make an attempt to play a piece of the rock here now. So let's see how this actually goes. This has not been fully tested yet, but let's see here if we have any luck. Otherwise, I might have my producer AJ try to do this. Here we go.
until the road falls into the sea. Where pirates and poets at the end of the world are singing in the same damn key. Down here on the rock, the hands of the clock are frozen in my father's time. So I've come back home to see on my own and claim what is rightly mine. I'm looking for Spanish limes and fishing line. I got a yellowtail at my toe. Cafe con leche from the little Cuban lady and roosters in the middle of the road. Heading out to the flats in the great outback. There's a big wide ocean to roam. For a piece of the rock at the end of the dock, a little place that I can call home.
That is amazing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Presto, you've got a song. So I've created a video for that song, and I've created a video for about a half dozen of the songs. I'm going to package them all together. Next week, I'm going to be producing what we call the ins and outs, the lead ins and the lead outs, and string it all together. So it'll all be together on Keys Living TV. So that's the title cut. And if anyone ever wanted to find this album, you just have to, wherever you find your music, whether it's Spotify or Apple, just look up Scott Atwell or Piece of the Rock. And that's the name of the album. And all the songs are there. And they all have a Key West theme to them. I wrote a song about Key West nicknames. I wrote a song about roosters. I wrote a song about my hero growing up, a guy named Buddy Owen, who, if you're familiar with B.O.'s Fish Wagon, they're on Caroline Street. Buddy was the coolest guy in town. And so that's the name of the song, Coolest Guy in Town. It's about Buddy Owen. And I wrote a song about the cemetery, which I think you've got as well.
I do.
That one's called Voices Call. One of the favorite things I do in Key West is stroll the cemetery. To visit my deceased family members, and invariably I'm walking through the catacombs there and see names of people that I knew, and it's literally like going back in time, and I find incredible comfort in it. And I said, I need to write a song about this. And that's how that song came about, a song called Voices Calling.
And you had prepared a video teaser, I guess, of Voices Calling, and I saw that, and it is so compelling. But the song is too, so we're going to attempt to play part of that here now. Scott Atwell with us, and this is his song that he authored and will be producing into a full music video. It's called Voices Calling.
Blocks of granite, canyons of stone, keeps me grounded wherever I roam. Landscape of history, reminders of home, a tap on the shoulder, you're never alone. Voices calling beyond the cousin or neighbor, a teacher and friend. A voice is calling from high on the hill. Just listen closely when your heart is still.
Oh my goodness! Great.
Gates that open.
And how apropos, I guess this kind of came about as far as storytelling, and Jimmy Buffett is an influencer in that regard, of course. But truly, Scott, these songs evoke emotion. They're very moving. They're very expressive, but they do tell a story about Key West. And I think if that's what you set out to accomplish, that's what you have accomplished.
Well, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I guess these songs can be purchased, but that's not why I did it. I wanted to share the idea with people and hopefully invoke some feeling in them. And I hope, in fact, I know for a fact that I shared the Voices Calling video with many friends. And I know for a fact that it has influenced them to make their own pilgrimage back to the cemetery and visit, that they hadn't done it for a while. And I think that's something that I wanted to do as well. I think all of us who have that Key West lineage and have people down there, we should go back. I certainly hope, I'm not at all concerned about my mortality. And so I can speak about this freely. I hope when I'm gone that my kids will come back and bring a beer and raise a toast to me. So that's what I hope we all do. Go back and visit the people who were meaningful to us in our lives, and raise a toast to them, even in their departed life.
Well, and we've seen, the mortality kind of move from mourning and, very somber funerals to now it seems like it's progressed to more of a celebration of life. And Voices Calling does that as well. It honors those in our past and their stories and their legacies, and it celebrates them as well. And that's, I think, very appropriate.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's what I set out to do, and I enjoy reminiscing when I go back. I'll be there on Monday.
Excellent. Well, we do hope to see you very soon. We are looking forward to the fully produced versions. Your video work is very, very impressive, very compelling, and we appreciate you letting Keys Living TV be a part of that. We're looking forward to releasing more of your works, including Voices Calling and Piece of the Rock in video form when they're available. Keys Living TV, channel 27, Roku streaming, and at your app store as well. So, Scott, anything we missed talking about at this point, sir?
No, just a reminder, I'll be at the Key West Library Tuesday, 10 a.m., talking about Jimmy Buffett and the theme of it is going to be how he ended up in Key West, which is an interesting story all in itself. And of course, if Jimmy had never made it to Key West, would we even know the name Jimmy Buffett? So that's what we're going to explore.
No kidding. And the name Key West would not be as widely known were it not for Jimmy Buffett as well. And how apropos that you'll be at the library where he spent a considerable amount of time. I know that from watching Conked Out.
That's right. He did. Back when he first got to Key West, he in the hot summers, he had to find a place that had air conditioning. And so that was the one place he can conduct his business and not have to pay for air conditioning.
He was resourceful in those early
days. Those early days of being an artist were quite thin financially,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. At a time when Key West was not faring so well either. So, yeah. All of these things I now know thanks to Conked Out. So thank you, sir. Very good. Well, safe travels. Thanks for all that you do, Scott. And we will talk to you soon.
Look forward to it. Take care.
Yes, sir. Take care. You do the same. It's Keys Talk 96.9 1025, the talk of the Keys. And you know what? Before we go, let's remind you to take a bakery break. Old Town Bakery. When we're talking about Key West history, Old Town Bakery also comes to mind, the historic location at the corner of Eaton and Grinnell. They start each and every morning to continue that tradition by baking up fresh baked goods for you. They start at 1 a.m., by the way, when most of us are sound asleep. They're getting those fresh baked goods ready for you with pastries, cookies, brownies, fresh baked breads, now quiche in 2 varieties. And you can pick up a slice of quiche or give them 24 hours notice at the store, and they'll pick up a whole pie for your next get-together. How about a platter of fresh baked breads that are made into delectable sandwiches for breakfast or for lunch, and soups also for lunch. Perfect. Homemade soups are available for you and your get-togethers and your office party. You've got some friends coming in town, maybe spring break. People are coming to visit. Get a whole platter of sandwiches prepared for you and make a true impression. Or experience it for yourself by going to the corner of Eaton and Grinnell. You can order online. Old Town Bakery KeyWest.com is where you find that as well. The historic location at Eaton and Grinnell. Take your dog. They'll get bacon when they visit as well. It's Old Town Bakery online at oldtownbakerykeywest.com, corner of Eaton and Grinnell in historic Old Town, Key West. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 1025, the talk of the Keys. And we'll keep you, informed all day and all night. Weather is given to you around the clock, constantly updated. Local, state, national news updated at least every half hour. Breaking news as soon as it happens, and we sure do know there's a lot of breaking news happening around the world. So it's important to stay informed and engaged, and we'll do that for you and with you at Keys Talk 96.9, 1025, the talk of the Keys. Thank you for listening.
This is Ollie North for 4-Star Rentals. 4-Star Rentals is the most complete rental store in the Keys. They can provide rental equipment for every do-it-yourself project from your house to your yard. Bobcats, chippers, chainsaws, and tile saws, you name it, they have it. They also deliver throughout the Keys. That's 4-Star Rentals. Model marker 4.5 on Stock Island. These guys are really good. That's 4-Star Rentals. Go see them soon.
Check us out. What Colonel Ollie North says is absolutely true. We're locally owned and operated. We offer a fleet of delivery trucks for fast all-in-one delivery. 4-Star Rentals is the oldest tool rental and party store in the Florida Keys. We make it easy to get that job done for that party or very special event. We're located at mile marker 4.5 in Key West, or just call us and we'll come to you. 4-Star Rentals, 294-7171. That's 294-7171. Remember, Colonel Ollie North never lies.
Hello, I'm Dr. Bruce Burrows for Advanced Urgent Care, letting you know we are now making appointments to perform your MRI at our Marathon office. MRIs take about 30 minutes to perform, depending upon the area being scanned. And best of all, AUC will be offering MRI studies at affordable cash prices. Call 305-294-0011, option 7 to learn more. AUC has also created Keys Cares Health Plan to help those who can't afford medical insurance. This plan has a low monthly fee and includes most basic testing for acute illnesses at no extra charge. AUC provides high-quality care at affordable prices. For more information on all our services, visit urgentcarefloridakeys.com. Thank you.
Advanced Urgent Care is the only urgent care in the Keys that is open 7 days a week, including Sundays.
Hey folks, Stephen Bender here at Keys Auto Center. It's Chevy and GMC Truck Month. We have the largest inventory of new Silverado and Sierra trucks we've ever had. More selection, more trims, more options than ever before. And every in-stock new Chevy and GMC truck is backed by our local deal match guarantee. So come see the people you know, like, and trust on the Boulevard or at KeysAutoCenter.com. We've got the key.
Hey Key West, Danny Hughes here from Two Friends. Really from Two Friends. So Maura and I were sitting at breakfast in the bar listening to live music at 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. She's about to enjoy some huevos rancheros and me shrimp and grits with fried oysters. Heart healthy. And Maura says, Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore. It was perfect because we didn't move here because Key West is like a lot of other places. We moved here because it isn't like any other place on earth. So meet your friends or make your friends at Two Friends. 512 Front Street in Old Town Key West or twofriends.com.